Hi guys, I'm Erin from Pro Align, and today we're going to do a couple of little exercises to get the back of your hip working. We're focusing on a muscle called QF, which is short for quadratus femoris. If we think about it, quadratus, quad meaning four, so it's sort of a square muscle, and femoris attaching onto your femur. So a little square muscle, and it's right at the bottom bit of your buttock, and it really helps when we're doing squats and lunges to keep our knees tracking forwards over our toes. So if you have those knees that tend to rock inwards, then this is probably a good exercise to try. So we're going to do it with a ball. If you don't have a ball, you can use a pillow or a towel or something else. So lying down on your side, you're going to put the ball behind you and put your foot onto the ball, lying down. Try and get yourself into neutral spine position, so you're going to lift pelvic floor, drawing hip bones towards each other and activating your core muscles. And if you find that bony bit on the outside of your hip, and you're going to walk your fingers in behind it, this is around about where we want to be working. So if you push your heel down into the ball, you're going to activate the bottom bit of this butt. So it's just a tiny, deep little muscle. It's not gripping on this big glute max muscle on the outside, it's deep underneath. So if you think about it, you're going to just push that heel down slightly and hold it there. This is an endurance muscle, so it only works a little bit, but it needs to work for a long period of time. So we're going to hold it for about 10 seconds, and then you're going to release that heel back off again. And again, pressing down, activating that deep little butt muscle, keeping everything else. Glute med should be switched off for this one, and glute max should be switched off, and you're just feeling that little bit of activation right at the back of your hip, and then relaxing back off. So if you start off with 10-second holds, that'll be a good way to start to build that endurance. From this exercise, we're going to move on to one called clams, which you might have done before. You don't need your ball for this one. You're just going to lie down onto your side. Same thing, we want to be in a nice neutral position, hips stacked one on top of the other. You're going to bend your knees up a little bit. Now I actually like to take this top hip forwards just a little bit. This will help you to kick in the back of that hip a little bit more rather than firing in through your hip flexors. So lifting pelvic floor, drawing hip bones towards each other, getting that activation of those deep tummy muscles. Hand on the back of your hip. You're going to start off with that QF activation. So if you push your top heel down into your bottom heel, that muscle will fire, and then you're just going to slowly, gently lift this knee up, and it's not coming very high. We're really focusing on getting through those deep layers of the hip rather than through glute max, and then slowly relaxing it back off. Keep that QF going as you lift that top knee up, so keep that little heel squeeze on and back off. Same thing, probably going about 10 reps of this, and then back off. Brilliant. Hopefully you enjoy that. It should kick into action those muscles at the back of your hip and make them really nice and strong. Talk to you soon.